Our next guest describes herself as a dessert enthusiast. Aren't we all?
I am. But this woman is different. She's exploring her passion for sweets on the blog Grandbaby Cakes, which was inspired by her grandma, Maggie.
Look at Maggie.
And in a few days, she'll be sharing her treats to benefit a very worthy cause. So a big you and me welcome to Jocelyn Delk Adams. Good morning, Jocelyn. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, beautiful picture of your grandma.
Yeah, I know.
I love her to pieces.
Tell us more about your grandma and the blog.
Absolutely. So growing up, I was always going to visit my grandparents in Mississippi, and we spent a large amount of our time in the kitchen because that's, you know, how my grandmother expressed her love through baking and cooking. And so that was passed down to me, and I felt like nowadays we don't really have that sense of tradition. So through my blog, I'm really trying to inspire modern women and men to actually take up baking and enjoy it just with a modern twist.
That's great. Now, these are basically her recipes, and you've just twisted them up a little bit.
I share some of the original recipes. She's definitely passed down to me, but I also love to do a lot of different recipe development. So I kind of take, you know, something that's original, kind of like today, like a carrot cake, and then I give it a twist. So today we're going to make mango carrot cake swirl bars. So that's like a different way of making something that I'm used to.
Awesome. Well, it looks pretty easy to make. Why don't you show us how you do it?
Too many ingredients.
Absolutely. So this is really simple. Right here we have some ground up, this is basically pureed carrot.
Okay.
And we're just going to put it in a bowl. This is actually a really simple recipe for those who are a little intimidated by baking.
Right.
And this is a great this is a great way to, like, you know, be a beginner at like an actual, you know, just new recipe that you can try. So I've just added in a little granulated sugar.
Looks like about a cup. Is that about a cup?
Yeah, this is about 3/4 of a cup.
Okay.
And I'm just, you know, going to whisk everything together. And then next, I have like a big bowl of some of our wet ingredients, which is a mango Greek yogurt. So it's a little lighter, but it has like chunks of mango in it. It's amazing.
Yeah, and you just buy that from the grocery store.
Yeah, from your local grocery store. I also have 2 eggs I've whisked together and a little oil. So you can either use vegetable oil or canola oil, whatever you have in your house.
Do you like other fruit-flavored yogurts too that work with this? Or
Absolutely. Like, you can have a little fun in the kitchen. I always say to beginner bakers that you should try the recipe as is the first time around, you know, if you're not used to making substitutions.
Right.
And then as you get used to actually, you know, baking, you can try new things out, you know.
That's vanilla there?
Yeah, so this is some great vanilla. You always should use really good quality recipes like vanilla and ingredients because you want to make sure that everything you put in, you know, once you bake it.
And I think this is so important with kids too, because they're on. I mean, my kids started to get sucked into their technology yesterday. It was horrible weather, and I literally made a cake with them. I made it, and I'm, you know, from a mix.
Well, you know,
now I don't have to because I'll follow your recipe.
I know.
I just had a mix in the house, and we made a cake, and they were totally entertained, and it got them off the technology.
And it was fun, right?
Yeah, and they loved it. They were very proud.
Of not being in front of the TV, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so I've just added in some dry ingredients. This is, you know, all-purpose flour. I've got some leavening agents in here, like some baking powder, baking soda. Yep. And I also have some great spices, like ground cinnamon and nutmeg.
Smells wonderful.
Yeah, it does.
Right? So once you've mixed this, your batter for the cake is done.
Okay.
Quick, right?
There you go. That was quick.
So I've got like a small baking pan. I've actually halved this recipe. And I'm just going to put some baking spray in, just spray it around.
Yep.
And I'm going to actually put the majority of this in the baking pan. Okay. So we're just going to leave just a little, and I'll show you why. So this is the bottom. This is the great part.
Okay.
Who doesn't love carrot cake, right?
This would be a great thing for any holiday celebration this weekend.
Easter, right?
Easter.
You got
and
the
this is
bunny
fun, yes. And this is fun to make with the kids because they can help out too. And then the top part, actually, I've made already. It's just a little cream cheese and some mango. So I pureed some mango, added that in.
Well, so you're adding that to the wet ingredients also.
Yeah, so I'm going to actually put it on the top.
And then once it bakes, it probably swirls around and makes it a swirly, delicious goodness.
Well, a little bit.
A little bit.
You're almost there. You're almost there.
When do we get to swirl?
Right, I know. We're getting super close to the swirl, right? That's like the main part. This is the part your kids will love. So I'm actually just making sure that the top part.
So that's the base for the swirl.
Exactly.
Get it?
Yeah.
Then you take the leftover carrot stuff and swirl it.
That's exactly right.
Laura,
so
you are so smart.
I know, she's a genius. You know, she's getting the A today.
She's like, I don't bake, but I know where my swirl comes from.
Swirl is.
I know, her box knowledge.
My box always should have seen me with the swirls on the instant icing yesterday on the cake.
Absolutely. So this is pretty good. You just want to make sure that it's like, you know, totally covering most of it. And then I'm just going to take a spoon and just add a couple dollops right across the top.
And then you swirl. And so while you're doing this, I want to make sure that we talk about your event coming up. So that's, you have to check out your baking blog, Grandbaby Cakes.
Yes.
You can find that at grandbaby-cakes.com. And that's where you can find this recipe. But also, when is your big event?
Yes, so a charitable confection is on Friday, April 25th. And it's going to be an amazing cocktail party with desserts from top bakeries all over Chicago. And we are going to be doing some cool stuff to benefit Project Orange Tree. And that's like a great organization for and started by kids in the city of Chicago that are working to eradicate violence in the city.
I love that.
Yes.
I'm sorry we're out of time. Real quick, how long do you bake this for?
You bake this for about 30 to 45 minutes, but you can see you do some really cool swirl stuff and go for it. And then you put it in the oven.
So great. There's your beautiful completed product.
Good.
Right?
Very good.
Awesome.
Yummy.
Yum, yum.
All right, so again, the event is Charitable Convection. It is April 25th at the Urban Art Society. General admission is $20. VIP tickets are $100, but you get to access the private reception before the party with culinary celebs, wine and hors d'oeuvres. And to secure your tickets, visit the link section of our site, wciu.com, or you can go to grandbaby-cakes.com.